Wow, really expected to go higher at the end of the day. That's a big surprise. Big surprise to me. We did have this big move to the upside, so that was right. And there's this low midday, big move out of it, making a move to the upside and a full retracement. There should still be, I mean, we've got about 40 minutes. There really should be a pretty notable move to the upside here. Might have to do with the speaker. Wow. But there was also opportunity, right? There was opportunity to open a short there in the midst of that big move higher. Even if you got in around here and it went higher, as long as you didn't get scared out, you still would have been pretty solid by midday. And in the midst of this move to the upside, there should be a trade opportunity in a peak there. This one was tough to pinpoint the high, though, based on the nullification and the high and the low being within close time proximity to each other. This is pretty solid, like pretty much a move to the from a low to a high. Very little kind of like retracing. Hey AV, hey Ellen. For today, AV, you're talking about the monthly said something different than the daily for today. Sometimes that happens, and when that happens, it's really you get a mix of the like you get both kind of combined on top of each other, so it usually ends up being a pretty wild day. But I still expect to move to the upside there. Hmm. But I would not be looking. I would not want to be in a long position at this point. Even like if there's a move to the upside, what I'd be looking for is a short, like a place to open up a short. I wouldn't risk like. There's a strong possibility of a move to the upside, but I was pretty off on this, guys. Like, this wasn't my best reading by any means. Even with that said, you still would have made money in that early morning trade or the trade into midday. You know, I should have read this more bearish actually because it's a completion of a rally and a notable. Well, I saw that drop over. I saw this happening over here after a high, so I really do think there's probably a move to the upside. But I could be off, and this was the abundance, or excuse me, the adjustment card followed by a near overbought crest that we sell off from, and then we continue lower. Like that could be like this. Sometimes that's all it is. You know, it's usually more, but that's not always the case. So it would be risky to hold a long position here. What I would do personally is I would probably close the long position and wait for an opportunity to open up a short. And if there's no opportunity before the end of the day, like if there isn't a move to the upside before the end of the day, you know what? You know what? Cancel that, guys. I think I probably would stay in the long. I think I would stay in the long. If you're in a long, I would stay in it. And then in the midst of a move, if we do get a move to the upside here at the end of the day, then what I would do is I'd look for an opportunity to open up a partial short just in case we open lower and then there's a big move to the upside, right? I think we're probably going to open higher and there'll be a notable move to the upside. So this might be talking about tomorrow. That could very well be what's happening here. Um, I do see a pretty big move at the end of the day here on the 5th as well. It's like a peak early in the day, declining into a low end of day, and then a big move out of it. It looks like. And be careful for that unicursal here, guys. That's got to have something to do with this area here. Hey, living on a prayer. So we don't do a monthly for AVAX. The monthlies that we do a coin for, I'll show you. Find a screen that's not uploading. Oh, I went to the wrong thing. Sorry. So you want to go to our services, aCcUrAte posts. Scroll down to monthly subscription, and then the cryptos that we cover on a monthly basis are BTC, Dogecoin, Ethereum, SHIB, and XRP. Those are the only ones that we cover on a monthly day by day basis. But if you wanted access to all of them, you would want to get this 30 days access to all paid. And that right here gives you access to all of these paid. So not just the crypto, but it would give you access to the ticker symbols as well as Amazon, Google, and Nvidia, which you can only get with the all paid. But that's probably the best value on the channel because you're getting the paid version of all of these. If you wanted the highs and highs to roughly the week, to between the month and the week, like highest highs and lowest lows on like a 1 year chart scale, you wouldn't need to subscribe. You would go to our services, aCcUrAte posts, scroll down, go to 1 year report, and here you would select the year you're interested in. Go away, Siri. And you select the year you're interested in and make sure to type in the crypto symbol or ticker symbol you're interested, and then within like 3 weeks, depending on what it is, at the most roughly 3 weeks it should take, you get a 2024 report with like where the highs are roughly between. It depends. Sometimes the accuracy is not as pinpoint. It could be anywhere between like accuracy to the month, or it could be accuracy to the week, depending on what information I'm able to pull from the reading. Hopefully that answers your questions. If you just wanted XRP, all you got to do is monthly subscription, click here to order, and just subscribe for the XRP. It's less than half the price of the other. On the 4th, we'll rally into key resistance. We'll then decline off of that resistance with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down. Yeah, that's what it looks like, right? Right? Well, so what did my monthly say? Oh, you're right. It is different. I see. I was looking at the wrong day. You're right. It is quite different. So that when you get a divergence between like two readings that overlap, in most cases, what it means is that you've picked up information that you missed from like the other time frame, and if you combine them together, you get the most accurate version of whatever that reading should be. It happens rarely, but it does happen sometimes. Because we're looking at different time frames, and the sequence of events don't always line up perfectly with 24 hours or with an hour, you know? I see. Yeah. So AV, I'm curious if you added in the like the time within the same timeline, you added the parts of the daily into the monthly. Do you think that it would have looked accurate? I'm just curious. Oh my God! Go away, Siri. Do you expect XRP to hit a new all-time high in 2024? I believe so. Let me double check on that. I don't know why it does that. It's really annoying. That's got to be a bug. High and low in 2021, a high and a low in 2020, a little bit after, but or I should say a little bit before. But then we go into this three crisscrossing back and forth through the same price level. That's this right here, the Virtue card. So notable move to the upside. Yeah, this is kind of like where we push the upper end of a multi-year range higher. So I have it'll be greater than a dollar 57 in 2024. I don't know about all-time highs, but that's what I have thus far. That's the information that I extrapolated. Um, I'm not skipping you guys. Hey, Breeze, I'm not skipping you. I'll come back to you. I just got to get the people with the supporter stars next to their name. Uh, is the low on the fifth lower for SPY? I believe so. That's what it looks like to me. There's a move to the upside here. We'll probably come back to this price level around here because we have this strife that rallied us into this, right? But from the standpoint of like the 1 month, it does look like we have a lower one there. There was conflicting data going on here, right? It looks like we have a lower price level here on the fifth, but we had a cross reading congruency not only for lowest low but also for highest high there on the fifth, and both at the end of the day, indicating that there should be a significant move there. And if that move to the upside doesn't take place at the end of the day, then I would add that into the expected move to the upside here on the 8th. And by the 8th, 9th, or 10th, like around that area, we should be higher than probably higher than either at like 472 or will be higher than that high. It was like, I'm not sure what you're asking. Are you asking for what's the best time to open a multi-day swing for PLS? Or oh, I see. You're asking if it's the same. That's hard to say. Let's look at it from this standpoint. I'll just do a timing. I got the Hermit card, and that was Clear Kinetics. Really reliable stuff, Clear Kinetics. My experience, anyways. So best. It looks like the best time for PLS is going to be around August 22nd through September 23rd. Best time to open up multi-month swing trade. I think I saw it in January or on the cusp of January, February when somebody asked me that question a little, I don't know, like maybe like a few months ago or several weeks ago. The ETF for BTC could happen in the next week. Do you see approval or more likely Feb or March? Yeah, so it looks like it does happen, and there's some sort of like controversy or volatility around it. CVS more bullish or bearish in January, February 2024. It's a lot of volatility in January, a lot of price change. And it looks like by February we have this rally along a diagonal on a multi-day that and that ends with a fast sudden move higher and then like a breakdown through that diagonal trend line. That was for CVS. Yeah, that's what it looks like. We have a lower price level on the 5th and also a higher high. But if that higher high is not as likely, if it doesn't take place towards the end of the day, then it's going to take place probably early on Monday. All right, let's scroll back and see who I missed here. Do I recommend exiting XRP on the second week to re-enter the end of February? XRP's probably upload like already released the paid version in any case. If it's not, it will be today for February. I'm talking about. So the question is, exiting XRP on the say the second week. So living on the prayer by second week, I presume you're talking about January. I'd probably do so around the 17th in the midst of a rally that starts out as some volatility around the 15th, 16th, and it increases with momentum moving forward in time into the 17th. Probably early in the 17th. Might even be the 16th. I just, somewhere around there is where I would probably uh, exit. And then in February, so you can see this is the year to date for XRP thus far. Early on, we had this significant. This was this like significant drop. Hit a key technical price level, which you can see like this. And look at that. What do I have here? I wonder how long ago I put that there, but XRP higher than 50 cents USD in January, and you could see that took place. I probably put that there when I was doing the January predictions. It's in one. It'll be in one of my videos, wherever that is. Looks like a good idea. Hey, Tabriz. Let me take a look here. Ethereum, should you exit? All right, so that low there ended up being on the 3rd. You could probably take profits here or tomorrow. Taking them tomorrow might be a little risky. It might be significantly higher tomorrow though. But there's notable lows after that. Like we'll probably come back down to roughly these price levels here. The 2000 range, like by the 6th maybe, or somewhere around there. And then it looks like we go into higher price levels or the same highs again there around like the 12th. Oh, that's cool. Well, be sure to let that guy know that they were correct. 'Cause it's always nice to hear when your stuff comes to fruition. Hey, Robert. Insider trading rumors. BlackRock ETF. You heard that there was some insider trading with BlackRock? So many of them. Well, that would be cool living on a prayer. Hope so for you too. Yeah, I imagine that gets old. I like to drive, but it's probably because I haven't overdone it. Will COQINU be as bullish as Sui? What is your issue today, Siri? My God. Uh, I would go with Sui out of those three. COQINU Sui. CUI. Robert, do they have a pension for that sort of thing? I'm curious. Yeah, so we're still going lower here. Well, we definitely. So that's exactly what happened. So this ended up being the, like, the what do you want to call it? Actually, you could say this was the adjustment card followed by at the end of the day the happiness card, taking us into the moon card here. Not my best work today, guys. On the daily, anyways. My apologies. I try to avoid doing readings during Mercury retrograde, but it's virtually impossible. There's just too many Mercury retrogrades. They last too long, and the work takes too long to do. I don't have that kind of time to waste. I would probably I would probably stay poised here. I don't know if I would make a move right here, guys. It's probably tempting to chase this drop, but tomorrow I think we're probably going to be higher. A better move would be to get into a long position here. That's really the move, to get into a long position here in the midst of this move, which I don't see going much longer. I mean, Did I answer your question? QS had an amazing rally today, up 50%. Will it continue? Whoa. I would not chase that spike. Even if we go higher, we'll come down before we go higher, is my sense, just looking at it. Looks like it's going to go straight back down. And then it's going to blow up. It's going to like whoosh, take off to the upside and push past. So it's going to drop back down and then it's going to push past this price level here. In that scenario, the prudent thing to do would be just to hold the long and wait for the opportunity to add to the long, just in case we don't have a drop and we continue higher anyways. But you could maybe play a short here. It's a little risky. But I think we probably drop way back down and then we push that range higher. Oh, that's nice. 45 to 60 days a year of paid vacation is really... Wow. You don't hear that one a lot. It shouldn't be that long behind. Like a few minutes behind seems crazy. I wouldn't normally be like that, just saying. Yeah, so I would be opening up partial long here. If we go lower, add to the long in the last few minutes. We should have a notable move to the upside here and most likely open higher and then move higher on top of it. I think I got a feeling we come back to this price level 470-ish. Wow. Okay, guys. So I just pulled the unicursal asking if we meet this price level tomorrow, and I wanted more clarity. So I shuffled again, and guess what I pulled again? The unicursal. And what do we have tomorrow? The unicursal. So I'd say that's a pretty strong indication. You could really probably play both directions here, but I think we're going to open higher. There's not enough time to really go that much lower, guys. I would say like be the lower we go, like just add to long position for this move to the upside, and you want to close out of that early in the morning in the midst of a big move to the upside. Like we should see a big move higher, turning resistance into support and then bumping along resistance with a bit of a rally. But it could be really early in the morning, like the first half hour maybe. Anywhere between that and like 11 o'clock, but I'm leaning closer to the open. Oh God, I hope not. But you know what? Looking at the gold multi-year reading, which I'm not sure if it released yet, but looking at it, that could be a reason why it goes so bullish over the next few years. I got a no for that, Robert. They do not start printing money after the Christmas resale numbers are released. Do I mind reviewing BTC? Yeah, I'm gonna cut the questions off here, guys. Like any last questions? Like, um, because I still got more Februarys to edit. I want to get them done today so I don't fall behind on March. Need to be working on March right now. Yeah, so I would expect a higher price level tomorrow. Probably closer to the end of the day. And I would probably exit a long position there. If we see a higher price level, we see the same higher or higher price level here. I'd probably exit a long position there and look to get back in after this notable decline to take us to an important support level on like on like a multi-day scale, probably on a multi-day scale. Yeah, because of this Princess of Discs correlation here. This is really tricky here. It's hard to read. It's just overall though, it's just a really sidewaysy kind of month. Let me see the 1 year. I really should start putting in the small cross reading congruencies so I can see where they land on here. But this looks really mixed and then ending in a trough at the end of the month. So let's go back and take a look at that again. Yeah, I don't have these as high as highs. These right here could be lowest lows, even. I don't know why I don't have that marked off that way. It's probably because I did the January reading. It's like it just evolves so fast, the system, guys. It's like, especially the deeper I get into it, the faster it seems to evolve. Because like there's like you can learn stuff from, you have a revelation and then you have another revelation and then you can start to anticipate like what the next one will be. Hey Conrad, good to see you, my man. Thanks for those rule of karmas I saw come through. I would say in the midst of a rally, you want to get into a short position, like first thing in the morning. I would probably do like, where's the? Oh my God, that's so annoying. Go over there. All right, so I'm looking for this move to the upside early in the day, and we'll establish support where we had resistance, and then we should see like a rally around that, bumping along a resistance at a key resistance level on like at least a 1 day chart, probably a multi-day chart there, before 11 o'clock. Right, so I'd probably, in the midst of a big move to the upside first thing in the morning, I would probably open a partial short, and then if we go higher here in like the 10 to 11 o'clock hour, I would add to that short. If we don't and we go lower from there, I would just leave the short as it is. Huh. And I would probably close out of it at the end of the day. But I think this price level here, Conrad, is very, very likely to be around 470. Ace of Swords, yikes. Yeah, nothing there. So a lot of volatility. There's a couple ways I could read the Ace of Swords for the results of the CPI, and that's that we see a lot of volatility, and or there's a significant high that forms there based on like a multi-day scale. Let's take a look at that's what I pick up from like out of the ether, if you will. Let's take a look at the cards. I mean, at the reading. Yeah, okay, that's like that lines up really well. Lines up really well. It looks like there on the 10th, we got the Princess of Swords, which is very similar energy to the Ace of Swords. I would probably get in on the 10th. If we're at a highest high there thus far on the 10th, I would probably get into a short, and I would close that short somewhere between the 16th and the 18th. The Jets. Want you to get into longs for the weekend. I would say when we revisit a support level that we met once before, like here towards the end of the day, um, after significant decline and before this big move higher, but towards the very end of the day, that's where I would get into longs to hold over the weekend. I probably open up a partial long and then add to it if it seems appropriate here first thing at the open, and then close there. But I would be careful, guys, because this ruin right here indicates possibly being misled. When it's in this direction, it's like possibly being misled. There's probably a trough right there, either a peak or a trough. It's hard to say. Either way, from that point we go higher, and that point will be lower than that point will be higher than the open, and from that point we go higher. It looks like at some point. See, we're already turning around here. All right, my friends, and with that said, I'm going to roll. Thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. You know where to go. You know what to do. Right here on the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, 5% of the profit should be donated forward to one of these charities or charity of your choosing. 5% of the profit should be donated back to the channel. Thank you very much for all your support. It leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you set your mind up for abundance mentality, gratitude mentality, and a clear conscience, all necessary components to manifest wealth. The universe considers you an angel investor. The channel is going to send it back to you tenfold for following through.